And stop! Because right here is a marker on the ground. If I walk a little bit further, I'd be out of focus. So let's head back and stand nicely on that marker in focus. Hey guys, it's Jordy here for Cinecom.net and welcome to Creative Tuesday. Now, this is a weekly series where we share some creative tips for filmmakers. But today is different, and you can probably tell because of the background and all, and also because of the title. It's not clickbait though. Okay, a little bit. But it's true. I shot my last video project last week. I said for the first time no to a client. And after that, another client called me and I said again no. So I made my choice, something that has been going through my head for more than a year now. Should I stop working locally for clients? So that means corporate films, commercials, promotional films, things that I've been doing for almost 5 years now. But let's go a little bit back, guys. In 2012, I graduated from film school. I started immediately my own business, which was already like a big step forward. And everyone was telling me, should you do that? Be careful with that. Shouldn't you just take a job at a real place? No, I started my own business because I wanted to make corporate films. I wanted to freelance. I wanted to do camera work for other companies. I wanted to make promotional films, commercials, etc. And that went great until last year. Because for some reason I started doing this YouTube thing, and for some reason it was going pretty well. So last year I was kind of doing 2 jobs at the same time. I was making these corporate films and I was making YouTube videos. And that was pretty tough. Hang on, someone is at the door. Woohoo! Yes! Oh yeah, guys, look at this. The lights have finally arrived. Woohoo! Look at this LED. That's right. These are the LED lights that go all the way up on the ceiling. These are RGB lights, so that means we can kind of change the colors of them. They're finally here. I'm all exhausted for just picking up one box. I should really be training a lot more. So last year I had 2 jobs. I was making corporate films, but also making YouTube videos. And sometimes that was a little bit too much. I believe that I even went through like a mini burnout last year. Too much work, and that is a luxurious position that I'm in, and I'm very aware of that. But then why was I doing these 2 jobs at the same time, which were mentally exhausting me? Yeah, that's the weird thing. I don't know. It just kind of didn't felt right. You know, if you would tell your parents, hey, I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up, and how many cases will your parents take you seriously and say, okay, kiddo, let's do that. Let's go to YouTube school. I'm going to help you as much as we can. Let's forget everything else and let's focus 100% on YouTube. That's very rare, I guess, because that is how society is. You know, it's still kind of weird to do something artistic with your life and live with that. You know, society tells you you need to get a job and earn money, and when it's weekends, you can use that money that you've earned at your real job to do your hobby, which could be YouTube or making short films or any other creative process. But if you think about it, the majority of your life you are working. So that means if you're doing some kind of a work that you really hate just to make some money so that you can do your hobby afterwards, then you're doing it wrong. Now, why is it that we can't do something for fun or something that we like for an entire week? It's kind of against the rules of society sometimes. And this message was sent to me recently, and it really scared me because I've been receiving multiple of these messages. Now, I'm not attacking any parents right here because his mom and dad are doing the right thing. They are protecting their son. And that is what a parent's supposed to do. But then why are his parents telling him not to make films or trying to make a living off from that? That is because of how society works. Well, if you are on that path right now where you might be doing something that you don't like, or you are currently on a life choice where you have to choose to go for engineering class or for film school, or maybe you know that you have that life choice somewhere in the future, well then ask yourself this question. Why am I in life? What am I doing right here on Earth? I have a path from age 0 to, let's say, 80. What am I doing in that time span with my life? Am I going to work every day, something I hate to do, and then have a weekend to rest because I'm mentally exhausted so I can't really focus on the things that I really love to do? Or will you enjoy every single minute of your life? doing things that you just want to do. If you want to go to film school, go to film school. If you want to make a short film, don't dream about making your short film. Do that right now. If you want to make a documentary, if you want to start a YouTube channel, a gaming channel, it doesn't matter. If you want to do that, do it right now and enjoy every minute of your life. Because there's only one thing that you will regret by the end of your life. And that are the things that you haven't done. Stay creative.
So guys, like Jordy mentioned, we got some new LED panels for the roof. I'm testing them right now, and I think Jordy has something planned. Let's watch. Is he planning a party? For me?